Oh, hello. Didn't like that, did it? Try it again. That's interesting. Why won't it do that? Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. And today I thought we would do some extreme auto parking testing. I've got EAP on my Model Y Juniper, and that means it's got the parking thing on it. How good is it? Can it get it into some places where you think, ooh, I wouldn't park there? One way to find out. So what I'm going to do is go around a few different parking places and show you basically how the system works. So I suppose the first one is to say that if you're going along and you're looking for somewhere to park, so you can see there is a parking space there, I can press on park and then do this, and now the car is going to park itself. I have found it to be a bit odd sometimes in the way that it actually does this. Right, it's not necessarily doing it the way I would have done it, but let's see if it actually gets it in without having to shunt. And the answer is no, it's having to shunt. So it has misjudged its own turning radius exactly the same way that I would do if I was doing this, because Tesla has the same turning circle as a super tanker. Is probably the best way to describe it. But I mean, look, it is quite fun watching it shunt itself backwards and forwards. And then if we put the cameras on, we are exactly in the middle of the parking bay, okay? And if we go to the back, we probably could go a little bit closer to the edge of the curb, if we're honest, but I'm not quite sure whether it knows what it's doing with that one. So what we're going to do now is, before I even leave the car park, let's just pick a different spot in here, okay? And again, I've got the auto shift on, so I don't have to swipe the screen, it just moves, okay? So let's pick a bit of an awkward spot. Let's have this one here in the corner, okay? So that one, okay. So that is probably quite an awkward space to get into just because of where you're at. So I'm now basically letting the car do its thing, right? And let's just see what it does. It's gone really quite close to that car because it has got to shove itself all the way into the corner to be able to get it. So I've even got a shot of getting into this one in the corner. It's quite interesting. Meanwhile, the lady in the Peugeot next to me is probably thinking, what is he doing? Well, what he's doing is making YouTube. That's what he's doing. Oh, the sun, man. So, we're in. Now, again, are we exactly lined up? We're kind of close to the line on that side there and a bit further over from that side. So, I'm not entirely happy with that, if I'm honest, and we're probably fouling her parking space there as well. So this isn't great sometimes at getting itself into some of these other spots. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to a supermarket car park where I know that there are some obstacles, and let's go and try those. And then after we've done that, we're going to do some parallel parking. Okay, into the supermarket car park. Now, this is fairly empty at the moment, but that's okay because we're going to stick the car into as many bad spaces as I can think of. So I want to put the car basically on that one there with the tree. Is that the right? Actually, you know what, I can't actually see which one it is that I'm trying to get into, so let's have a scan past it. Okay, so we want to go, yes, this one here. Come on, do I actually have to drive past it? Right, okay, let's try that one again. Oh, hang on, this one's even better. This one's really lumpy bumpy. So we'll go into this one over here. Right, so it is that one, I think. Let's try that. Is that the right one? I hope so. One way to find it. Yeah, we've got the tree lumps. So this is an awful space to try and go into because I've got a car over here, and basically the space that we're going back into is awful. It's short, it's kind of crooked, yeah, and you can see the broken up things behind it. So hello. Yeah, it didn't like that, you see. So basically, it's tried to go into a space, and I've told it to, but very wisely it's decided that's probably a bad idea because of a big, lumpy chunk of concrete, which is going to be in the way. So, what we're going to do is have another go on a different one, right? Will it let me go into, what about, 1, 2, 3 back from the end. Again, there's no one here. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one's fine. Let's try that. So, we're going to have another go. The same kind of setup. So it's a parking space that's got a tree in it. Okay? This one here. It's got a tree in the parking space. Now, I don't know why it's got a tree in the parking space, but we do seem to have this in quite a few car parks where we stick this diamond-shaped tree nonsense. Now, I stopped that because I thought we were going flying back into the tree. So that was one of those, you see the red safety thing, right? I didn't like that. Should we try that one again where I'm a little bit braver? Right, you can take over at any time, boys and girls. Send to the stick. Right. Okay. Try that again. Again, there's no one behind me. So let's try that one again. Okay. So this is like Parking Ed 101 for Tesla Autopark. Yeah. Trying to stick the car into as many bad spaces as is humanly possible. Now, again, I can see the tree. It's here. And we're going in at a much slower speed this time. Oof. Right. I've hit the brake pedal again. Okay, because, well, let me get out and show you. So this is the obstruction, all right, and the reason why I slightly panicky hit the brake pedal is, with respect to it, we were still charging back. Now this, to be fair, is probably, hang on, let's get down. Is that going to clear the underside? Probably, but even so. Could I manually get myself into that? Yes. Am I happy getting the car into there for me? No. I honestly think that the first time it seemed to be going charging back, and the second time, So what we're going to do is, I don't know, let's stick it in one of the trolley bays and see if it does any better. Because, I mean, it's not exactly central either, but I don't know. Actually, before I pull forward again and have another go at a different space, when I think about this, I'm saying, I'm not happy with the way that it's going charging back over that obstruction. And I think there is already a bit of inconsistency. Hello, Ian here in a hotel edit suite. What the hell just happened to my video? iPhone users, have you ever experienced a video doing as this one just had, where instead of talking at normal speed, I suddenly go, what on earth is that? Anyway, what I was saying, from what I remember, is that there were some inconsistencies about the way that it was working, and we needed to go and test it some more. But because I'm a sucker for punishment, we're going to give it one more go. So let's swing it all the way out, all the way out, all the way out, all right. Centre the pit. Again, there's no one about, so we're on 1, 2, 3, 4 back. I'm going to try it one more go. And let's just see what it does. Again, no one behind me. It's 20 to 9 in the morning, so it's relatively quiet. So we've overshot to start off with, so it is going to have to pull itself forward again, surely. Ooh, hang on, maybe it hasn't, maybe it isn't. Well, that's interesting. No, put the cameras back on. I was saying about it's leaving itself. I think it's positioning itself to there. But if we go out now, we're going to be overhanging that bit of curb, which, you know what, is probably the right way to park. So let's go and have a look. Is this really differently positioned to where it was last time? So last time I hit the brake pedal because I wasn't exactly happy, and it was probably about there, wasn't it? Because I was saying, is it going to be able to clear the thing? So you know what? I hit the brake and said, I think the car is likely to hit this. And I probably didn't need to because it's done it itself. I'm not entirely sure about its positioning in the bay though. We've got quite a bit of space on that side. And not really any space on that side. Anyway, an interesting test. Let's be honest, if we're going to mess around in a supermarket car park, in Britain at least, you get these trolley bays, and they are the worst spot in the entire car park. So, of course, I want to park next to the trolley bay. Ooh, does it actually show me where the edge of the trolley bay is? Yes, that one there. Right, so right there, this is the ultimate test because we've got a trolley bay and we've got a tree. So all of the things that I hate, all in one parking space. Scared now. Good God, on a horse. Right, so good news. We didn't hit any of the obstacles, right? You can see we're relatively tight in over here, right? And we didn't hit the tree either. If we go backwards, so it's done the same thing, it's kind of led me forward. The only problem with that is that we are kind of hanging out of the bay, right? We don't really fit in this bay, but it's got itself into it. So, you know what? That's pretty impressive. It's completely pointless because nobody in their right mind would want to park here, but it has at least got me into it. If I was going to stay here, I'd want to be a little bit further back, if I'm honest, because I am sticking with my nose out into the running lane, but at least it got me into it. Right, that's enough car park testing. What we're going to do now is go and do some parallel parking, which is a lot more fun. And then once we've done some parallel parking, I've got some extreme parallel parking tests in mind. So I'm just going to have a drive around some side streets and try and find some parallel parking spots to ram the car into, okay? It will try and create parking spaces. I have seen this, where even if there isn't actually a space, it'll creatively think there is a space, okay? I actually had it where it was trying to parallel park me into the main carriageway of an A road in Scotland when I was doing my North Coast 500 trip, which was quite entertaining really, because the A838, I think it was, admittedly single track at that point, was not a parking space, but it was creatively trying to paint a box and it would have then maneuvered me into it. So the AI vision-led system is really good at getting creative when it comes to parking, and that's why Autopark is actually really useful. There's definitely some spaces down there, so if I can cut my way out of this traffic, which I can, yep, and then we are going to shove it over here. So hello, there we go, parking. Right, I've got this guy behind me now and he's not going to be happy, but he's going to have to hang on because we are trying to park. And he's just going to shove his way past. Well, that's fine, you do that. Right, is he also parking? Yes, he is. No, he's not. So this is a wrong side parallel park, which when you're learning to drive is the worst of the worst. Admittedly, we've got a fair bit of space behind us. We're getting properly close to the corner of this van, mind you, but it's doing a good job and it's not hitting the curb. That is a very neat job, actually. If we go onto the cameras again, neatly into the curb, we're kind of sat in the middle of the space, and all right, it's a little bit more of a generous space. I could have gone into a tighter one, but it's gone into it absolutely fine. It'd be interesting to see it go and do it the other way. And you know what, with the traffic, because there was somebody behind me, and the fact that it kind of does need to get into the van, it did it in one go. I'm probably a bit rusty when it comes to wrong side parallel parking, so I might not have got it done in one go, but this did. That is very, very, very useful to have. So it says tap to activate drive, but with respect to it, I don't want to go forwards, I need to go backwards. I need to back up a little bit more before I even think about coming out of this bay. And again, Camera's very, very, very useful. So this is going to be fun because I can't actually see. We're going to have to creep out. And hope there's a gap, and there is. Okay, so we've done one on that side. I'm going to turn around actually and then do one on the other side, and maybe find a tighter one. Ooh, that's tighter. That could be interesting. Right, can I go up here and turn around? Wow, it's so busy. It could create a parking space there, but it'd be wrong. It is so busy here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, turn around. So I'm going to go here, back into there, and then go and have another go. Here's a new function idea. All right, if you want to add functionality to it, how about a 3-point turn button? So you just press it and it automatically shunts. That could be quite useful. Oh, he's waiting for me. Okay, that's fair. Right, let's go and try and stick ourselves into some of these really tight spots. Okay, so we've got cars over here. You know what? Yeah, let's try that one. Bring vehicle to a stop. Stopped. Right. So this is my idea of hell right now from a parking perspective. The sun's glaring. There's loads of people around. We've got a really extreme angle. I would not have gone at as an extreme an angle as that, but I suppose it has to because it's quite a tight space. Okay, foot on the brake if I need it. Good, we didn't hit the car. It's made a bit of a hash of that. It's going to have another go, isn't it? We're going to be away from the curb slightly. Okay, what do we think? We're maybe I could have got very slightly closer into the curb than that. Maybe a little bit, if you look. It's not bad, is it? These spaces are quite tight, and looking at it, we're kind of overhanging the edge of the line. So I'm going to back up, and it has correctly realised that I need to back up. So I'm going to back up and see if I can pick a different one and have a play with it. That'll do. Busy. Very, very busy. Again, stress testing Autopark. Let's give it the busiest streets that it can find, okay? And let's make a bit of a mess of things. Yeah, I might actually, you know what? No, I'm clear, aren't I? Just about clear. Well, we've done quite a big space, okay? I've now got somebody right up my bum, so let's go somewhere else. How about parallel parking with a really big hill? So let's go with that one. We've got a skip on one side. That guy's badly parked as well. And we're doing it on a hill, and quite a steep hill. And the sun's glaring. Oh, again, we're going at a crazy angle of attack. But, okay. Didn't like that, did it? Should we try it? Oof. I wonder what it didn't like there. Was it the sun? What was it? Okay. Let's do, okay, now I've got someone coming up behind me now. So what we're going to do is we're going to loop back around and have another go on a different one, maybe. Didn't like that, did it? Okay. What about doing one downhill? Huh? Should we try a downhill one? Again, the sun is not going to help. So, let's try a nice downhill one. What about that one there? Go for it. Now this is extreme. It's tight in terms of the width of the actual usable carriageway, and also vehicles are kind of parked halfway up the curb. So is it going to line me up to the curb, or is it going to line me up to the vehicles? And it's doing it uphill on the wrong side. So this is absolute hell. You know what? I love that. That's done a great job. Terrifying. And why is it panicking now? Right? That was... Look. Hold. Right, look. Why is it suddenly panicking now, right? If you look, we are really well, neatly parked up against the curb, okay? And we're perfectly positioned. We're sticking out, but we're sticking out because everybody else is parked on the curb. It's actually done a really good job right up until the point where it decided to panic. Now, I've got to back myself up ever so slightly to give myself enough room to be able to get out. So I would not like to live on this road, okay? But the car did a top job of doing that. I don't know why it panicked. There was no need to panic, darling. It was fine. Should we do another one? Let's do that one. Let's do it again. See if it panics this time. And it's got a bit more space to turn, to be fair. It's a slightly wider, it's a slightly bigger space, and people are parked against the curb rather than up it, okay? But it's still steep. Oof. We do get close, but the point is we get close without hitting things. Now, we're going forwards. Is it going to say parked? No, surely not. It's going to go backwards a bit more because we're a little way off the curb. We are a little way off the curb, if we're fair. So, what kind of a job has it done? It's okay. I mean, we are about that much off the curb, but that's probably okay. But again, it didn't panic this time. It didn't freak out and do anything daft. So that's two reversing uphill ones, okay, on both on the wrong side. I think it's done a great job. Let's go. What do you mean select drive? What, into the van? No, darling, we need to go backwards a little bit. Ugh. And hope there's nothing coming up the hill because I can't see anything. Yeah, the things that I do for your viewing entertainment. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? What we're going to do is, I still want to do one where I'm going in the other direction. So I'm going to go left, and then I'm going to go up a different road, and we'll see what that's like. But yeah, it's been a bit, I don't want to say hit and miss, because it's largely getting into them, but it's a bit wobbly bobbly, perhaps is a way of describing it. I'm not entirely comfortable with it. Then again, I think if I was trying to manually park on some of these, I probably wouldn't be comfortable either. No, this one's flatter. Okay, let's go find some more hills somewhere else. Okay, we are back hill climbing again, and I want to see if I can find some interesting roads to attempt some parking fun on them. So I do have a couple of places in mind that I want to go and have a look at. That'll be quite tight, but let's not bother with that. So, steep roads. This one's quite steep. Yeah, this one is quite steep. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in here, I think. It's quite wide, but even so, I mean, we are... Oh, hello. Didn't like that, did it? Try it again. That's interesting. Why won't it do that? But it's also trying to create me a space. You see what it's doing here, right? It's trying to create a space here that isn't actually a parking space. Just out of curiosity then, I think it's too steep. I think this road is too steep for Autopark to work, which is why it's freaking out. That's what I think. So is it possible to defeat the system? Yes, is the answer. It is, if you try and do it on a road which is just bonkers, right? We're going to have to do a wee bit of shunty to be able to get this one around, aren't we? Let's try it going the other direction, see if it likes that any better. But I might have defeated it. Right, okay, I want you to shunt me back into here, okay? Bring vehicle to stop. Okay, let's do that. Well, that's interesting. So it'll do it backing uphill, okay? It'll do it this direction, but it won't do it going forwards. For some reason. Why is that? What did I... or is it the sun's behind, so that shouldn't be an issue. So I don't quite get why it didn't like that, but you know what? It's done. It's actually, what kind of a job has it done? Yeah, it's done. It's done a pretty good job actually of getting me in. It doesn't quite look like it, but that's slightly misleading. We are up against the curb, so it has done it in this direction. Why didn't it want to do it in the other direction? Huh. I think I've just defeated Autopark because it just would not do it in that direction. Well, I think that's wow. So there you have it, Autopark on the Tesla Model Y. If you put enhanced autopilot onto the car, you get a really useful feature where it will park itself into increasingly difficult and slightly awkward places, but you can defeat it. And I defeated Autopark trying to get it on this, and I am having to lean backwards because Roslyn Road here in Sheffield is pretty steep. I managed to get it so that the car would not do it. Every time I hit Autopark, it just shouted at me and said, absolutely no way. So the ultimate end level boss is defeating Autopark, and I've done it. So let me know in the comments, have you managed to defeat your car as well the way that I just did? Tell me, it'll be very interesting, and I will see you back here very soon on Just Get a Tesla.